Welcome to another Spec3 instructional video. Today we're going to talk about standing starts and rolling starts. So once you get racing with NASA, there's going to be two different types of starts that you do to begin the race. In a lot of classes, you only ever do a rolling start. However, in Spec 3, we prefer to do a standing start. So depending on what region, what track, car count, weather conditions, and other factors, we'll either do a standing start preferred or a rolling start if it's required. So before any green flag flies, you'll be on grid, you'll be in your car, you'll have the signal to roll off grid. When you do that, you'll go around the track, you'll try to get heat in your tires, and you'll follow the rest of the field around the track to the start line. Your pace lap will begin single file as everyone's weaving and scrubbing tires, getting heat in their tires. And then you'll see a signal from the pace car usually, or there will be a predetermined spot on the track where everyone will double up. When you double up for a standing start, P1 always has the inside for the first turn that you'll be taking. So in the clip that you're going to see for the standing start, P1 is on the left side on the front row because the very first turn of the track turns to the left. This differs for rolling starts, and we'll talk about that in just a second, but the gist of it is a person in P1 has the ability to choose what side they take for a rolling start. So when you get the signal to double up, P1 will be on whatever side they're supposed to be, P2 will be on the other, but then every row after that will always be the higher position is on the inside for the first turn. So if the turn turns to the left for turn 1, then P3 is always on the left, whether it's standing or rolling, regardless of what side the leader chose. And that follows all the way through the field. If you've already doubled up, and a car has to pull out of formation due to a mechanical, or they have to get out of the race for some reason, you have to leave that position open. It's unlike how it used to be in NASA, how it is in other organizations, and how it is in iRacing, where in other orgs, all the cars in that lane will slide forward. That does not happen in NASA. That spot has to remain empty. Unless otherwise noted by the race director before the race, when you're doing a standing start, you'll usually be as close as you can to the class in front of you so that you can immediately slide up to stop at your position when they take the green. When it's time for your start, you'll all stop one car length apart, and then the flagger will slowly raise the green flag up into the air. And then once they do that, they'll count a random amount of time, and then they'll drop the flag and wave it, and everybody goes. On these standing starts, there are no rules about when you can pass and when you can't. When the green flag flies, the race is started. Pass whoever you want, wherever you want. Something that can also be used is an F1 style starting light. So instead of the flag being raised slowly, you'll see the yellow lights go across the sign, and then instead of the green flag being dropped and waved, you'll see the yellow lights go out. Now for rolling starts, the leader is allowed to choose what side of the track they want to line up on, but they have to let the race director know before the start of the race, and then the rest of the field is informed. When you're leading the pack, you are the pace car as soon as the pace car itself turns off its lights and dives off the track. At that point, you need to hold the same exact speed that the pace car set. And then you keep that speed along the front straight, and when the green flag flies, you can start racing. On a rolling start, it is illegal to leave the formation or to start accelerating before the green flag flies. There is one very rare occurrence that you may run into, which is called an aborted start. An aborted start is when, for whatever reason, the race director has called off your wave's start. So this is presented as a yellow and red flag. So that means that the race has not started, but you need to go and get off of the line and circle back around and catch up to the field under pace. If you're using a F1 style start light, as in this clip, you can see that the lights went yellow and then they started flashing yellow and red. But what you may also see is the green flag, when raised and furled, slowly brought back down. Now, an aborted start on a rolling start is a little bit different, and usually what you'll see that the flag man will hold the flags in his hand and shake his head left to right, signaling no, which means you just continue under pace and you hold your speed as the pace car will be rocketing out of the pits to try to jump back in front of you to catch the field. In the case of an aborted start or a start that is waved off, you will follow under caution and catch the pace car or the back of the pack, and then you will redo the start. So you will double up again and you'll pretend like the first start never happened. In this scenario, you are assuming that the pace car is going to turn its lights out and then you're going to line back up for your standing start. But do remember, if the pace car does not turn its lights out and it pulls onto pit road or down any other access road or anything like that, you must follow the pace car. As always, thanks for watching, and be sure to join the NASA Spec3 discussion group on Facebook if you have any more questions about Spec3 racing.